Next, we have Frank Garafalo, and he is with Esri. Frank is a user experience team leader for Esri, which is a privately held multi-billion-dollar company. It's located in Redlands, California. Frank's been designing and developing web experiences for over 15 years, and he leads a team of user experience architects and supports about an average of 20 simultaneous projects. No big deal. So we're really excited to have Frank here. He also has some of his team members with him. And so once we disperse into our groups, they're going to be sort of traveling around to answer some questions. So give a warm welcome to Frank.
Good morning. A few facts. Number 5. We're going to start with a few facts of the launch. Libraries. So again, my name is Frank Garofalo. I'm the user experience team leader. Joined today by 3 of my colleagues, Simon, Sneha, and Richard. So we're glad to be here today and really excited to participate. And my presentation is powering the power of layering multiple interactive data sets. So kind of to quickly describe Esri and the company that we have, we're based in Redlands, California, and we're a 45-year-old company founded by Jack Dangerman. And we build technology. We build GIS software, and our most commonly known software is called ArcGIS. We serve over 130 different countries across the globe. Is it dying? Oh. Thank you. We serve over 130 countries across the globe. And our users do some really amazing things with our technology. To name a few, they do sustainable development, data visualization, wildland fire management, which is very kind of relevant for Southern California, as well as public works. But we serve a total of about 65 different industries. And a quick plug, we're hiring. We're hiring user experience architects and user interface designers. And so my email address is on here if you want to email me directly or if you want to chat later this afternoon. So for today, as information architects and as user experience professionals, what can we do to make the world a better place? Infoology. There's a science and there's research behind what we do as information architects and as user experience professionals, which supports the latest sort of emerging trends and best practices, and I made it up. So it's not a real word, but it kind of makes sense and it sounds nice. But on a more serious note, it's usually about data and information. When people want to use digital devices, they want to consume information. So when you start with data, they're usually raw, unorganized facts that need to be processed. And then once they're processed, then they turn into information. Then can be consumed, and it's more structured, and it's organized. And then there's more of a meaning and some context to it, and hopefully it's useful for people. And with the information, then people can do some really amazing things with it. They can start to further discover things that they didn't know before. They can kind of question things. Well, why is it that way? And does it still have to be that way? Can we perhaps change things? They can kind of analyze and interpret, and then communicate it and share it with others, and hopefully make some decisions, and maybe even make the world a better place. And if you have information that has some sort of geographic context to it, or some sort of location, perhaps like addresses, like we were chatting about this morning, In a way, we can kind of geo-enable our discipline of information architects and user experience professionals through the apps that we help to design and build to then help solve real-world issues like the 3 that we're talking about today. And we can do that in one way is using maps and geographic information systems. But an important note to make is that it needs to have authoritative information. We need to make sure that the information that we're helping to convey to people in the devices and the apps that we're building comes from a reputable source, like the Environmental Protection Agency, the U.S. Census Bureau, the Centers for Disease Control, that we know that the information is accurate. So I've mentioned GIS a couple times. Our official company definition of GIS is it's an integrated collection of computer software and data to view and manage information about geographic places, analyze spatial relationships, and model spatial processes. That's a lot. In other words, maybe an easier way to understand it, or to describe it, is it helps people to find patterns and relationships in information that has some sort of geographic context to it. They can then further interpret and analyze the information and hopefully gain a better understanding of the world around them. So a very simple example of GIS is with aerial imagery analysis. So here's some screen captures of the Sochi Winter Olympics, which is still going on, of during and when they finished construction, if they still have actually finished it. But you can kind of compare the before and after of the imagery. So it's a very basic example of what GIS can do. Another example with the story map here is you can browse and pan around the map to see the different locations of the different venues for the Winter Olympics. So it's moving from just paper-based maps to digital and interactive maps where you can actually interact with the data and ask questions against the data. And it can be available across a variety of different devices, from online to mobile apps to even your desktop computer. And even 3D. So we're sending out a tweet to this link, and I believe it might be on the spreadsheets this afternoon, where you can... Another technical? Okay. I'm over here now. So this is an example of a 3D map that's actually running in the browser that you guys can access on your devices. And it's just a sample showing the LA Metro system plus some key landmarks in downtown LA, especially donuts. So you can also play with this one and take a look at this on your computers. Maybe. But to kind of wrap up, how can we help people? How can we help people interact with the data? You're gonna get kicked off the stage. In other words, scratch that. How can we help people interact with the information? So we're inviting you guys to use these maps, and we hope that we find them useful. We've created 4 of them for you today. The first one here has the LA Metro light rail system, popular bike paths, as well as our tapestry data. That kind of describes the people that live in different areas of Southern California, as well as population density from the U.S. Census Bureau. We created another one that then shows the LA River and some of the existing parks, some of the bike paths. We also overlaid it with our tapestry data and the population density from the U.S. Bureau as well. You don't have to worry about capturing these. These will be on handouts later this afternoon. Maybe. And then we also have one with unemployment rates, as well as our tapestry data, obesity from the Centers for Disease Control. So you can click on these maps and interact with them, and then see the actual numbers and see the information about this geographic information. So we invite you to play with these, to use these maps, and again, these will be on the spreadsheets and the worksheets passed out this afternoon.
I'll give you this.
I'm almost done. Oh. Last slide anyway. Oh, thank you.
Right.
So to wrap up, hopefully through information architecture and user experience, we can make our world a better place by understanding the world around us with some digital solutions and interactive maps. So thank you, and on behalf of my colleagues, we appreciate being here. Thanks.